Wisdom, the final frontier to true knowledge. Welcome to Wisdom Trek, where our mission is to create a legacy of wisdom, to seek out discernment and insights, to boldly grow where few have chosen to grow before. Hello, my friend. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, your captain on our journey to increase wisdom and create a living legacy. Thank you for joining us today as we explore wisdom on our second millennium of podcast. This is day 1478 of our trek, and our focus on Friday is future technology and societal advances. So we call it Futuristic Friday. My personality is one that I've always been very future-oriented. Since my childhood, I have yearned for the exploration and discovery of new technologies and advancements for the future. I grew up on the original Star Trek series, and even today, as I'm now on my 65th revolution around the sun, I still dream of traveling into space. Each week we will explore rapidly converging technologies and advancements which will radically change our lives. At times, the topics may sound like something out of a science fiction novel, but each area that we will explore is already well on its way of becoming reality over the next couple of decades. To keep with our Ask Gramps theme, I will put the topic in the form of a question to get us on track. This week's question is, Hey Gramps, in addition to autonomous and flying vehicles, what are some of the other modes of transportation that will be part of our future? So today's topic is faster transportation. Last week we learned about AI, robots, and drones and how they could assist us during a natural or man-made disasters. This week our focus will be on superfast transportation. I'm using some of the information mentioned in Peter Diamandis' blog and his book, The Future is Faster Than You Think. So let's get started. What is faster than autonomous vehicles and flying cars? Try Hyperloop, rocket travel, and robotic avatars. Hyperloop is currently working towards 670 mph passenger pods, capable of zipping us from Los Angeles to downtown Las Vegas in under 30 minutes. Low-orbit rocket travel, think SpaceX Starship, promises to deliver us almost anywhere on the planet in under an hour. Think about New York to Shanghai in 39 minutes. But wait, it gets even better. As 5G connectivity, hyper-realistic VR, and next-gen robotics continue their exponential progress, the emergence of robotic avatars will all but nullify the concept of distance, replacing human travel with immediate remote telepresence. So let's dive into our three topics today. Hyperloop 1, Los Angeles to San Francisco in 35 minutes. Did you know that Hyperloop was the brainchild of Elon Musk? It's just one of a series of transportation innovations, including Tesla, from a man who's determined to leave his mark on the industry. In 2013, in an attempt to shorten a long commute between Los Angeles and San Francisco, the California state legislature proposed a $68 billion budget allocation for what appeared to be the slowest and most expensive bullet train in history, and this outraged Elon Musk. The cost was too high, the trains were too sluggish. Teaming up with a group of engineers from Tesla and SpaceX, he published a 58-page concept paper for the Hyperloop, a high-speed transportation network that used magnetic levitation to propel passenger pods down vacuum tubes at speeds at 670 mph. If successful, it would zip you across California in 35 minutes, just enough time to watch your favorite sitcom. In January of 2013, venture capitalist Shavin Pishavar, with Musk's blessings, started Hyperloop 1 with Peter Diamandis, Jim Messina, which is a former White House Deputy Chief of Staff for President Obama, and tech entrepreneurs Joe Lonsdale and David Sachs all started as founding board members. A couple years after that, the Virgin Group invested in the idea, and Richard Branson was elected chairman, and Virgin Hyperloop 1 was born. Josh Giegel, co-founder and chief technology officer of Hyperloop 1, says the Hyperloop exists because the rapid acceleration of powerful electrons, computational modeling, material sciences, and 3D printing. Thanks to these convergences, there are now 10 major Hyperloop 1 projects in various stages of development. They're spread across the globe. Chicago to DC in 35 minutes. Pune to Mumbai in 25 minutes. According to Giegel, Hyperloop is targeting certification by 2023, and by 2025 the company plans to have multiple projects under construction and running initial passenger testing. So think about this timetable. Autonomous cars really rolled out this year in 2020. Hyperloop certification and aerial ride-sharing by 2023, and by 2025, going on vacation might have a totally different meaning. Going to work with those in major congested areas definitely will. On September 15th of this year, just 3 days ago, Elon Musk announced that the Loop Tunnel under Las Vegas was nearly complete. This is an experimental novel tunnel that will carry 16 passengers maximum, up to 155 miles per hour along the underground tunnels under Las Vegas. This prototype is just the beginning. But what is faster than Hyperloop? Well, let's look at rocket travel. As if autonomous vehicles, flying cars, and Hyperloop were not enough, a couple years ago, while speaking at an International Aeronautical Congress in Adelaide, Australia, Musk promised for the price of economy airline tickets, his rockets will fly you anywhere on Earth in under an hour. Musk wants to use the SpaceX's mega rocket Starship, which was designed to take humans to Mars, for terrestrial passenger delivery. The Starship travels at 17,500 miles per hour. It's an order of magnitude faster than the supersonic jet Concorde. Think about what this actually means. New York to Shanghai in 39 minutes. London to Dubai in 29 minutes. Hong Kong to Singapore in 22 minutes. So how real is this Starship? We could probably demonstrate this technology before the end of this decade, Musk explains, but it's going to take a while to get safety right. It's a high bar. Aviation is incredibly safe. You're safer on an airplane than you are in your home. The development of the Starship is proceeding as planned. Musk has announced his intentions to retire his current rocket fleet, both the Falcon 9 and the Falcon Heavy, and replace them with the Starships over the next couple of years. Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti tweeted that SpaceX was planning to break ground on an 18-acre rocket production facility near the Port of Los Angeles. April of last year marked an even more significant milestone, the very first test flights of the Starship rocket. The fact is, sometime in the next decade or so, off to Europe for lunch may become a standard part of some people's lexicon. But there's one more area that we want to look at today, and that is avatars. While technologies such as self-driving and flying cars and Hyperloop and low-orbit rockets will radically change the transportation industry, there's something else on the horizon that will disrupt travel itself. What if you could get from point A to point B and didn't have to move your body? What if you could quote Captain Kirk and just say, "Beam me up, Scotty"? While shy of the Star Trek transporter, there is the world of avatars. An avatar is a second self, typically in one of two forms. The digital version has been around for a couple decades. It emerged from the video game industry and was popularized by virtual world sites like Second Life and books turned blockbuster like Ready Player One. A VR headset teleports your eyes and ears to another location, while a set of haptic sensors shift your sense of touch. Suddenly you're inside an avatar inside a virtual world. As you move in the real world, your avatar moves in the virtual. Use this technology to give a lecture, and you can do it from the comfort of your living room, skipping the trip to the airport, the cross-country flight, and the ride to the conference center. The COVID-19 pandemic will accelerate this by several years. Robots are a second form of avatars. Imagine a humanoid robot that you could occupy at will. Maybe in a city far from home, you rented a bot by the hour, and this would certainly be a different kind of ride-sharing company. Or perhaps you have spare robot avatars located around the country. Either way, you put on VR goggles and a haptic suit, and you can teleport your presence into that robot. This allows you to walk around, shake hands, and take action without ever leaving home. Like the rest of the tech that we've been talking about, even this future isn't very far away. In 2018, entrepreneur Dr. Harry Clore recommended to All Nippon Airways, and I'll abbreviate that ANA, which is Japan's largest airline, to design an Avatar X Prize, and then he funded the vision to the tune of $10 million to speed the development of robotic avatars. Why would he do this? Because ANA knows that this is one of the technologies likely to disrupt their own airline industry, and they want to be ready for it. ANA recently announced its Numi robots that humans can use to explore new places virtually. The colorful robots have Roomba-like wheelbases and cameras mounted around eye level, which capture surroundings viewable through the VR headsets. If a robot was stationed in your parents' home, for instance, you could cruise around the room and chat with your family at any time of day. After revealing this technology at Tokyo's Combined Exposition of Advanced Technologies in October, ANA plans to deploy 1,000 newbies by 2021. With virtual avatars such as Numi, geography, distance, and cost will no longer limit your travel choices. From attractions like the Eiffel Tower or the Pyramids of Egypt to unreachable destinations like the moon or the deep sea, we will be able to transcend our own physical limits. We'll be able to explore the world and outer space and access nearly any experience imaginable. And I have a few final thoughts about transportation. Individual car ownership has enjoyed over a century of ascendancy and dominance. The first real threat it faced, today's ride-sharing model, only showed up within the last decade. But the ride-sharing model won't even get 10 years of dominance. Already it's on the brink of autonomous car displacement, which is on the brink of flying car disruption, which is on the brink of Hyperloop, and rockets to anywhere dissemination. Then in addition to that, there are the morphing of avatars. The most important part, all of this change will happen over the next 10 to 15 years. Welcome to a future of human presence where the only constant is rapid change. But let's think about this. Imagine how all of this technology will allow us to rapidly spread the good news of Jesus Christ and facilitate building His kingdom here on earth as it is in heaven. As more people all over the world become hyper-connected, there will be no limit to our reach. I have to admit, I do get excited when I dream about the potential that emerging technology will provide to us in the next few decades. And our verse for today is Mark chapter 16, verse 15. And He told them, "Go into all the world and preach the good news to everyone." And that's a wrap for today's question. Join us again next Futuristic Friday as we look at another exciting exponential technology area on our Ask Gramps episode. Our next trek will be Meditation Monday, where we will help to reflect on what is most important in life. So encourage your friends and family to join us, and then come along with us on Monday for another day of Wisdom Trek, Creating a Legacy. If you'd like to listen to any of the past 1,477 daily treks or read the associated journals, they are all available at wisdom-trek.com. And I encourage you to subscribe to Wisdom Trek on your favorite podcast player so that each day will be downloaded to you automatically. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. And as we take this trek of life, together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and create a great day every day. See you on Monday.